Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. It says I am live now. This is Mary Lou Foster. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sulphur Springs, Texas. And I'm joining you today to share a birthday card and just check in for the week. I hope y'all are having a great week. I know we have. And we camped from Saturday to Wednesday. The weather was gorgeous. I'm glad that we came in Wednesday because then yesterday we had some, it didn't end up severe weather here. The forecast didn't sound too good for that, but it rained and the wind has blown, and today it is quite chilly. When we went in Saturday, it was 80 degrees. And just setting up, we kind of got warm. I kind of hesitate saying hot because hot is in the middle of summer around here. Looking for my live so I can monitor it. Ah, there we are. So comment if you join me. That looks pretty good there. Let me adjust my screen just a little bit. Turn off my captions. That drives me crazy. It doesn't type exactly what I say because I guess it doesn't understand me. Okay. And if you don't mind, I think I'm going to lower this just a little bit. It looks like I might be a little too high, a little far away from the work. So today we're going to make a card using the Seaside Bay stamp set. I'm not using the bundle today, just the stamp set. This is in the January to April mini catalog. I've been saying January to June, but I believe I have been incorrect about that. Let me see if I can find a mini catalog, and I'll double check the date on that. I believe it goes out, do you know, on the back? Yep, May the 1st, January through May 1st. Seaside Bay. Here in the back it kind of has a summary of everything that's in the catalog. It's on page 23. I always look there. It's kind of like my index. And pop over here. So I'm using that stamp set. But I'm not using this paper for this card. I'm going to use the Textured Chic paper. And here's why. There's a beautiful sheet in there that has seashells on it. This paper is in the annual catalog. And I hope that there's not too bad of a glare so that you can see this paper. It's specialty paper, so it has the shiny foil, and I have it in this little book because then when I turn the page you can see the other side of the paper. It has the snowflakes. I know we've talked about this before. The piece I'm going to use today has the seashells on it, and that was specifically why that reminded me to use this paper. Then we'll use the gold foil side just for accents. That Textured Chic paper is in the annual, and it's available until May the 1st also. We are in the end of catalogs and the beginning of others, so tie a knot and hang on. It's going to get bumpy. I got me a cup of coffee here. So the card today is just the standard size card, 8.5. Cut it 5.5, scored it 4 1/4. The one we're going to make it a birthday card. And I think we're going to kind of change it up a little bit. You know, I do that sometimes. So I've got my little stack right here. This is soft suede. And by now you've probably heard there's going to be a color refresh. We don't know yet what's going to stay, what's going to get replaced, how extensive it's going to be. We're all holding our breath because I know I've got the whole collection of ink pads, and I kind of shudder to think that, oh man, I'm going to have to start over. So the way we did it, this card we did at the Senior Citizen Center on March the 6th. I do that kind of as a free thing with Choice Hospice for their community outreach. And it's just a kind of a fun thing. The ladies come and make cards. Everything is provided by Choice. And this birthday card was one of the ones. It might be a little early for beach themed cards, but you know, there are some people who live on the beach year round, so it's never too early for beach themed cards for them. But it doesn't hurt to have a selection of cards in your stash, just based on who's going to get it, what they like. I'm going to flip it around this way because I want these dark shells up here to show. So that's the foundation of the card. We need to do some stamping. And I'm just going to line it up on my grid paper. Put these points down a line, and that puts these on a line. So I kind of have a sense of, because we're mounting it at an angle and not square. So this cute stamp has seashells and sand. And I'm going to end up stamping off just a little bit. And it wouldn't have to be straight. No law says that sand has to be straight. Sand does its own thing anyway. I stamped it in crumb cake. And I'm going to add some glitz to it with Link of Stella. These are on low inventory right now. They were unorderable for just a little while. Of course, that always happens at the end of catalogs too. There's a shopping frenzy and everybody hurries to get their favorite stuff. I'm kind of like, whatever. This time I think I'm going to put the happy birthday on the outside. And the happy birthday sentiment, where is it? I guess I took it off. Is, oh, it's over here to the side. It's in the stamp set Celebrating You, because this has Happy Easter, thank you, congrats, Mother's Day, birthday, welcome little one, just about any. And we're going to stamp it in soft suede. Like I said, then I've lined up my straight lines. So if I line up the edge of the stamp, it should be pretty straight. How about that? It is straight enough anyway. Kind of optical illusion since it's going to be mounted at an angle. And I'm going to mount that on a piece of petal pink. I'll get us some adhesive on the back of this. We're going to use this whole suite of products in my card class next Friday. That class, I have one seat available at 1:30, and then I can do a second seating either at 5:30 or 6:30, depending on what your schedule will work. I'm flexible. Once I get everything fixed, it can be any time. Girls' night out. It is a Friday night. I had to move it out one day because a doctor appointment that I needed to schedule on Thursday. So usually my classes are on Thursday. But that's life. So this one, I'm going to make the corner just kind of touch where those come together, and then just center it. And there are flat pearls that are part of this bundle, but I don't want to use them on this card because I want to use them in my class. So we use the iridescent pearls. Oh, look how pretty those are. They shimmer and shine. And I'm just going to add a few, just kind of here and there. And there. And how about if we put some in the sand? I know you don't find pearls in the sand, but this particular day, we got lucky. Okay. Then the inside of the card, we are going to stamp some crumb cake on our liner. We're just going to stamp a row of the seashells. Yeah. And while I have my ink on my stamp, I'm going to stamp the flap of the envelope. Turn it up this way. Now sometimes you can put the paper on the envelope. And how about if we stamp just the corner? Just a hint. Clean my stamps off. You know, if you've watched me very much, very seldom do I set the stamp aside. Usually what will happen, you'll stick your elbow in it, or your sleeve, or rub your piece of, you know, your card you're working on across it and get in an inappropriate place. So I just try to keep that from happening by putting that. And this is going to be a birthday card. So let's see what we're going to put for our sentiment on the inside. I was thinking about doing "You're on my mind and in my heart," but let's see if there's anything in here. You are every bit of wonderful. It kind of matches with the script, and I think that's what we'll do. Let me see here. Of course, this one does not have the label, because I'll do that sometimes. What we're going to do is assume, because the edge of that stamp is straight, that when I stamp it, it'll be straight. Pull it down just a little bit. Oh, I rocked it ever so slightly. Little diggy. But you know, I think we can fix that. Because there is just some plain sand. Or, hey, we could do a seashell. Let's do this seashell. And find a small block. Take this one off. Come on. Loosen that one. And I want to use my crumb cake. There are no mistakes, just opportunities for creativity. Let's do that one. And stamp it the second time. Yep. Covers it up. It's hidden in there. So there's our card using Seaside Bay. Back in there. I've seen a lot of really pretty cards with this one, with the heartfelt sympathy. It just doesn't have a sentiment I have to put on the inside. So we've made ours a happy birthday. You are every bit of wonderful. decorated our card, our envelope also. Added some pearls. So that was what I had for this card today. And I was going to show another card. I'm working on shaker cards. Now, here's what I was going to do. Hold that thought 1 minute. I got one of the new kits in the mail that I ordered. Let me see if I can get it out of the box. It is the Colorful Kaleidoscope. Hopefully that won't be too reflective. Let's clean off my a little bit. I'll hold it up some. And get these things out of the way, because I kind of like to take this one apart and look at it. Moving too fast. So this is a brand new kit that hit the scene 1st of March. I kind of wanted to do an unboxing video just to see what we got going on in here. I know we do stamping because there's a great granite stamping spot. If you haven't ever gotten our kits before, these all-inclusive kits even have the stamping block. Look at those awesome brushed metallic. It has your adhesives, so that's what it has the dimensionals, in other words. For this one, it has laser cut pieces. It has your card bases, your envelopes, all the other pieces. There's some more adhesive. And then, my favorite part are the instructions. Used to, they did black and white, and they were a little difficult to follow, but they have gone to the color. They show the cards made as just like they did, and that's usually what I do. Not too much outside the box. So I just start at the top and I get out my pieces like it says, because we're going to have, oh, it's gold edge. Look at that. These are just beautiful. Petal pink, night of navy. These are your adhesive strips, because probably, yes, you're mounting these laser cut pieces on foam strips so that it's not sitting flat on the background. Get one of these out. Ooh, this entire sheet. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just the prettiest thing, even on white? So it looks like for this card, you're going to do it on, oh my, look at that card. Oh, that's just gorgeous. All by itself, that's just gorgeous. Oh, it's faux mine. And then this one is going to mount. So I think your goal is to get these little orange or pumpkin pie, probably. And the cool thing about these instructions, it shows each of the cards, but then on the back it'll tell you coordinating Stampin' Up colors: Bermuda Bay, Calypso Coral, Gold, Gray Granite, Night of Navy, Petal Pink. You have enough supplies for 9 cards and 9 envelopes. If you need to, you can scan the QR code, and it says learn stamping basics. So for this one, you do get to do some stamping on your little sentiments. Like this one will have the thank you, thank you, thank you stamped on these. Usually there's extra. Sometimes there's the exact amount you need. Sometimes there is extra. I think that's going to be all the pieces you need for this card. So let's look at these others. I've got them face down. Don't need the envelopes, but look at the envelopes. The inside of the envelope matches. Got a gray, so it's in the gray. So probably I will put this envelope with this card. That's how I try to do it anyway. But I am pretty much by the book, you know. And it's pretty calypso coral. It has this angle at the corner. Wishing you a magical birthday just because you're so special to me. And then thank you. So on the stamp set you have thanks. I can't thank you enough. And I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that one stamps. Once you ink it up, you get 3 thank yous. Just because you're so special to me. Wishing you a magical birthday, and may your day be filled with light and love. So that's a nice little stamp set to add to your collection. And then the pretty gray one. So these kits, I will put the code number in the description, are only available while supplies last. We've seen them go currently not available or unavailable. And that just usually means if it says that on the website that there are more coming in. If they become unavailable, they just disappear. I forget how much this kit is. Not real expensive, but you got a ton of stuff. You have a stamping spot to keep. You've got the block, so you could add to your, even if you don't want to buy a lot of stuff. I'm going to put this together, and I will post pictures of it when I get that done. But I just wanted to kind of do a box opening because this is so pretty. So that's all I had for you today. I just wanted to check in with you and show you the card with the Seaside Bay, show you this kit, and wish you a happy weekend. I will see you later. Bye.